Welcome to Darknet Films Gaming
and Video Game Night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Star Wars Battlefront II, released in 2017 through DICE and published by Electronic Arts. Now, much like Marvel's Avengers, when this game first came out, there was a big thing about loot crates and microtransactions and all sorts of shit. And a big stink over that. Like I said on Avengers, I was not worried about that kind of bullshit as far as multiplayer stuff. Like I said, all I was concerned about was whether or not the single player campaign, which this one had, whereas the 2015 Star Wars Battlefront was just a strictly multiplayer game. It had no single-player campaign. The single-player campaign in this is not really that bad, per se. Your main character is Iden Versio, and she is voiced and has the likeness of Janina Gavankar. And you probably haven't heard her name before. She's not really that well known. She's mostly a television actress. But she does fairly well in her role in this. The biggest problem that most people had with this one was that you were playing as an Imperial Stormtrooper-like character, and everybody was hoping, hey, we're going to get played as bad guys throughout this one. And not even halfway through the single-player campaign, and Iden switches factions and joins the Rebel Alliance. I was not bothered by that because I've seen that happen so many fucking times in Star Wars films. I mean, Darth Vader does it, Boba Fett does it, Kylo Ren does it. I mean, it didn't bother me that this character that was introduced as originally a villain character was turned into a hero and everything. So the problem with this single-player campaign was that even though I love these missions, there are certain missions where you're not playing as Iden Versio. You are playing as Leia, Luke, Han, Lando, and even Kylo Ren. And while playing those missions, you realize how weak of a character Iden Versio is, because all these characters are much more fun to play as than she is as a character. And ironically, it's pretty impressive that they ended up getting so many of the movie voice actors in this game. The game includes Billy D. Williams reprising his role as Lando Calrissian. You have Tamara Morrison doing Boba Fett. You have John Boyega reprising his role as Finn. You have Gwendolyn Christie reprising her role as Captain Phasma. You have Daisy Ridley reprising her role as Rey. And then they added skins for Solo, the Star Wars story, which I hated that fucking film. So you have a skin of Eldon Ehrenreich's Han Solo and Donald Glover's Lando, complete with their voices on there. Which Donald Glover I can almost stomach, but Alden Ehrenreich, fuck that. I'll stick with the Harrison Ford skins, thank you. Even though it's just a mimicry voice actor doing Harrison Ford, I'd rather have Harrison Ford than this wannabe dildo any day. And then a lot of the Clone Wars voice actors reprise their roles in this as characters such as Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Count Dooku, and Sam Witwer, who had voiced the main character of Starkiller in the Force Unleashed games, voiced Maul and Palpatine in this game. So, very impressive group of voice actors and everything in this game. But like I said, you have more fun playing as these legacy characters. I mean, and especially even Han Solo, Leia, and Lando, and characters like that. They are nowhere near as fun to play as characters like Luke Skywalker, Rey, Darth Maul, Darth Vader, any of the Sith characters with lightsabers are much more fun and have much better gameplay than any of the characters with blasters and everything like that. But yeah, I think they did a really good job on this game until they decided to end it. And right before they decided to end it, did they release the much wanted characters such as Asajj Ventress or Ahsoka Tano? No. They give us BB-8 and BB-9E. Who gives a fuck about these characters? You could have at least, if you were going to end the fucking thing, end it on a high note and give people their much requested characters. I mean, we did finally get freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Count Dooku, and General Grievous in this game, which was cool. But give us the final Holy Trinity and give us freaking Asajj Ventress and Ahsoka Tano. And it could have been really great because it was around the same time as Mandalorian was out already that these dipshits decided to shut down this game. And not release any new content for it. So, overall, like I said, I liked the single player. It's not as good as Starkillers, because Starkillers you could take different routes and you could go the dark side route and stay dark side the whole time in it. You didn't have to go, I mean, it did have a storyline where he went to the Rebel Alliance and helped them to defeat Vader and everything in this, or try to defeat Vader. But this one, it was just a linear storyline you have to follow. There was no way of going a different route to where you could make Iden Versio stay on the dark side path, so that was quite disappointing. And like I said, any of those missions where you're playing as Lando, Leia, Han, Luke, Kylo Ren, you're enjoying playing as them much more than you are playing as Iden. So, I just think they should have just stuck with her as a character and made it to where you could pick your path, similar to the way it was in Force Unleashed. But alas, they didn't. And, the game is still playable now, so if anyone wants to get it now, you can get the Celebration Edition of this game, and it will be, all the skins and everything will be available to you except for a select few. So it's very similar to the way they did Marvel's Avengers recently and everything. So, but overall, I think Star Wars Battlefront II was a good game, but I think they missed a lot of opportunities in this game. So I'm going to give this game a 8.0 out of 10. Had they continued it and added characters that we really wanted later on, like I said, probably would be a 9.5, maybe even higher if they would have just kept going, adding new characters, like adding Mando from The Mandalorian or some of those characters from The Mandalorian, But, no, they ended it. But, anyway. So what did you think of this game? Did you enjoy this game? Have you played this game? Has my review of this game made you want to play it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really does help this channel out a lot. Thanks for watching.